Listen to this and have you respond.
Films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites, and only people like Tim Ballard and only people like Jim Caviezel, and by extension, only people like the ticket buyer can help bring these trafficking rings down.
Do you want to respond to that?
Yeah, as that guy's talking, and he's nobody's hero, by the way. I can't imagine any kid looking at him thinking he's going to help them out. But I think of the children that are really depicted in that film. I know what happened to them. Those children were the subjects of child rape videos. Those children were being sold for sex. In total, you see over 120 kids actually are rescued in the story that's being depicted, even if the movie doesn't get into all of them. These are real kids. I see them. I'm still friends with them. So it's embarrassing and frankly grotesque for this guy who knows nothing to start throwing out terms like QAnon and connecting it to a real story. I mean, they're not even thinking about it. So what are they thinking about?
Are they pro-sex trafficking?
Children?
It's so bizarre. It's like they're pro-sex trafficking. Like, leave the industry alone.
What's going on, everyone? Stocks here today, and oh my God, bro, I'm very upset right now. And I don't understand what's up. This is what makes leftism so annoying. It always seems like, hey, you just can't agree with anyone on the right? So this movie, Sounds of Freedom, has been going around. I've been hearing about it, and I've been just letting it simmer and sit around. And I finally found something that I want to react to, right? Sounds of Freedom has earned $40 million at the box office. It overperformed. It beat out Indiana Jones, I believe. I'm not a big fan of Indiana Jones, so I didn't really care, but hey, look. So here's some of the headlines. I guess this is from a variety of sources. How Jim Caviezel, faith-based Sound of Freedom, became this summer's unlikely box hit, right? And I think it's mainly because of the phrase that's used in the movie, God's children are no longer for sale. And I don't know what it is against the left, anti-religious sentiments against some people on the conservative side. I don't understand that. Like, I'm very sympathetic to religious people. Like, I grew up religious. I may not be religious now, but a lot of my morality is formulated from Christianity. And to deny, I don't know. It's just a weird take from the leftist media that for some reason it's a conspiracy theory. This is what they call anybody that's skeptical of the narrative. And this is what that's been my experience. I don't know what QAnon is. I don't know what any of that is. All I know is I'm a father of 2 kids, and I might go watch this movie because when someone tell me, don't look there, don't look there, don't look there, or all they're really trying to tell you is not to look at the information. When someone calls you names, and this is a tactic that I want to expose out in the open. When someone's calling you, or when someone's trying to label something as misinformation, conspiracy theory, oh, you're a kook, it's a QAnon conspiracy. Whenever they try to label something, but they don't give any explanation for why they're labeling it that way, it's just a translation for I don't want you to see that. That's all it is, right? Same thing when people online, when I talk about race issues, when I talk about how racism isn't the biggest issue in the black community, some fake black person on the comment section will tell me, "Oh, you're Uncle Tom, Kenny." It's the same thing. "Oh, you're not supposed to be saying that opinion. You're this. Let me label you something." So that way on the some next commenter can just see that and say, "Oh, I don't want to listen to any information from an Uncle Tom." It's a form of stigmatization. And as a black conservative, I'm used to that already. I know when you're trying to stigmatize something, what you're really trying to do. You're really trying to prevent people who are less knowledgeable or in between or who don't really care to avoid you. "Oh, I don't want to be labeled that. Let me stay away from that." It's a form of coercion. It's a form of force, right? Using social force to reject or to slander somebody, so that way people in the middle or people who are not who don't have a bone to pick in the fight won't take sides with you or don't want to be associated with you. And that's really what the left-wing media is doing right now, right? So let's get into the article where I found this story. A man who inspires Sounds of Freedom fires back at criticism. That's what you saw in the beginning of the video. "I can't explain, neither can they." But it said, even every show I've seen, they just like to throw out the word QAnon. And this is what it is, just labeling you, slandering you. They make zero connections to the actual story. It's very difficult to make that connection when it's actually based on a true story. Exactly. So how this is a QAnon conspiracy theory? That's like if the left did something about, let's say, what could be a good example of the left? Let's say the left did some weird story and it was based on some true information. No conservative can come here and say, "Oh, that's good. That's the left-wing conspiracy theories." No, it's based on a true story, bro. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what makes leftism so annoying. They're not genuine actors. And a lot of left-wing pundits are starting to realize that about their own side. Damn, you guys are not really genuinely trying to fix problems here. You're just trying to cast a narrative. You're just trying to get people to go along with your view of the world. And you stigmatize, demonize, characterize the other side. And that's what I hate the most, because I'm used to it in my own community, the black community, right? I'm a minority within a minority. The black community is only 12% of the population, and then within the black community, only 12% of black people are conservative. I'm a minority of a minority. I'm used to it already. So when I see the left-wing media play the same, bro, yo, it's at this point left is like, y'all guys got to check your own side. I'm sorry, because y'all keep this up, y'all just push more people away, right? Biller asked, where is the QAnon doctrine being spewed in the film and the script? And argued that he would know best because he was there for these events that can be confirmed by others. There's just some other agenda. Who would want to get to the backs or run interference for pedophiles and human traffickers? And then when conservatives come out here and say, hey, leftist media or have groomer infiltrators in their ranks, they're going to be like, oh, conspiracy theory. But your actions speak louder than your words, leftist media. Oh, we don't condone this, but this is conspiracy theory. But who are you defending? You're running interference for who? That's the more important question in all this. Why would you want to lie to push an agenda whose goal is to have children be in captivity? It's kind of sick, he said, and I agree, it is. Several left-leaning news outlets have published stories that made the QAnon Association, including the Rolling Stone and the Guardian. And some of y'all some people in my comment section are like, oh, Kenny, you only look at right-wing sources. Why would I look at a source that takes a different view from me? Bad faith. In good faith, and say, hey, look, this is what you actually did. I point out what you actually done. I'm not sitting here trying to make up stuff in my head like these left-wing media kooks are doing. QAnon Association, prove it. Where's the QAnon Association? The minute you can't prove it, you show yourself as a slanderer, liar, right? And this is my problem with leftists. They seem to project a lot of what they do onto you. Oh, Trump is a liar. Ding, 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 ding. That's a clue that they're a liar. Okay, what Trump lied about? And then once you call them out on it and they can't answer the question, you expose yourself. This is my problem with the left-wing media. This is why I don't like to look at their news and their articles, because you're going to be misinformed. The mainstream media are coordinating with each other to attempt to discredit Sound of Freedom. And that's one thing I hate about the left as well. Y'all so collectivist. Oh, oops, I clicked the tweet. This is my problem with the left-wing media too. Y'all so collectivist that y'all all run the same story, the same narrative, the same line. There's no diversity of thought in the other side. And that's one reason why I can't be a leftist either. These outlets want to hide the truth. Washington Stone, Rolling Stone, as we mentioned earlier, Media Matters, Jezebel, The Guardian, right? And these are all some of the screenshots of the articles, right? And then here's where the original video was, that the Fox News guys was reacting to. And the guy don't care about any facts. He tried to present himself as factual, objective. And this is the narrative game that the left like to play. They like to sit in front of you and say, I'm objective. This is objectively false, right? And me, who admit, hey, I have a bias. Yes, I like conservatism. Yes, I believe that I have the right solutions to these problems, but I'm not going to lie to you about the problems. I'm not going to lie to you about what I'm actually doing. Right. And for me being open about it, people would like to slander you and say, oh, you're just a conservative. You're biased, Kenny. Yes, I admit I'm biased, but you are biased, too. A human that cannot admit they're biased automatically inherently prove that they are biased, because there's no such thing as an unbiased person. So when this left wing nut job come out here and saying, oh, this is a QAnon conspiracy theory. OK, what's your proof for that? So that way I can observe it, too. No, they don't want they don't want to demonstrate anything to you. They just want to repeat a narrative and then say, hey, the narrative is the evidence. Look, everyone else is saying it. It has to be true. That's the left wing argument. Collectivist. No, I'm an individual. Hey, you gotta prove me. I don't care what you prove everyone else. You gotta prove me. This is why I don't care about popular opinion. I don't give a damn about that. I care about what's right and what's wrong, what's true and what's false. Is this a QAnon film? False. It's not. You can't point to one line in the script that matches up with the conspiracy theory. Instead, this is used as an attack, a means of labeling, stigmatizing the film. so you can prevent people from watching it. Because for some reason you want to defend traffickers. Who knows? I don't know your motive. I can't say what the left wing media's motives for this is. I just see it as they can't have the right win on something, so they have to slander it as something bad. Oh no, our political opponents have a good film based on their values. We can't let that be popular. That's all it seems like to me. But hey, I digress. Let me know your thoughts about The Sounds of Freedom. Have you seen it already? Would you recommend me watch it? I haven't watched it yet. But based on your guys' recommendations, I may just watch it with my family and my wife. My wife is a little queasy on stuff involving kids, so I've been hesitant to really check out the film. But if you guys say it's a good film, I'll check it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.